What?
What?
Well, you know it's gonna be funny.
Exactly. What were you expecting? Some sort of subliminal cat video or some backwards bullshit? Just trying to make a stupid web video. Come on. Calm your tits.
Calm your tits. How you doing, everybody? This is Bill.
This is Neil.
And welcome to Random Tangent again.
Once again. We're not done yet. Just suckers.
So, we're starting off. This is the intro. We're moving in. I think it's going to be a fun day. We're going to have a fun episode, but one bitch, two bitch, dead bitch, new bitch. I want that in something. Stop it! No, we don't. We can't talk anymore because you're going to edit this out again.
Amended to include the fact that she killed herself. It wasn't cancer, and I'll throw it in.
Whatever. That's not the point. She amended it. Cancer, killed herself. One bitch, two bitch, dead bitch, new bitch.
Dr. Seuss, as great as he was
a scumbag.
As most men will do, is he cheated on his wife who actually turned out to be his.
But she did have cancer, though. I looked it up. She actually did have cancer. That's why he cheated on her.
That's not what ended her, though.
No.
Anyway, last time Bill came up with a fun little Seuss-esque rhyme that got cut due to time. That was a 40-minute episode. It was in there up to the last round, but
could have stayed in.
Go ahead, tell him your rhyme, and we'll definitely be in it this time.
One bitch, two bitch, dead bitch, new bitch.
Okay. Ta-da.
The most horrible thing that's ever been on Random Tangent.
Anyway, moving on. Today's episode, movie reviews. We have 4 movies each of us. Now, instead of doing just some regular way people would review movies, we did it
the Random Tangent way, with absolutely no reasoning behind it whatsoever.
Basically, it came down to, I was sitting there thinking, and for some reason the old wedding rhyme, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue was in my head, and it kind of rhymes with movie review, and that's how we're doing it. We will each be reviewing an old movie, a new movie, a borrowed movie, and a blue movie. Why are we doing that?
Because he hates me because he knows I don't watch movies that much.
We got here and we sat for an hour and watched a movie. Like, subscribe, share.
Like, subscribe, share. Love us.
Hello, new subscribers.
Yes, we noticed we got some new subscribers, and to everybody out there that's been sharing us, I actually checked our Random Tangent email the other day, and as of last month, we've had 5 people share our stuff. Thank you, folks. Most of it's probably reporting us, but that's hey, whatever. A views. We've actually had a lot of views.
Get the YouTube ones.
1,800 hours last month.
Pretty decent.
I don't know who's watching 18 hours of this crap, but okay.
See, I think that's the one strength we have, is that we do longer videos. So, doo-doo.
He said doo-doo.
But since our videos are longer, it's not like some 30-second little bit of bullshit.
Sat in a bowl. There are 40-minute and 50-minute videos out there.
It's like the Never Gonna Give You Up song loop, though.
Yeah, it's... Or you'll get like...
we can do that if you guys just want to...
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
I can do that for like 2 minutes and we'll loop it. So, shall we start off with our old movie? The criteria from this one had to be 10 years plus. It's been out. Which, sadly, is only 2008. Technically, The Dark Knight could have been on this list.
Which is why I'm doing The Dark Knight.
Why do you want to do Dark Knight?
For one, I think it was the introduction, and unfortunately the loss, of one of the best Jokers I've ever seen. One of the most terrifying Jokers I've ever seen.
We have not had one like that since, I definitely...
Jared Leto, what a joke. As soon as I saw him tattooed, I was like, and done.
Jared Leto's coming to the Joker.
Listen. When I see, I don't do that anymore. When someone says, this guy's going to play the Joker. Oh, no. You know why? Because when they said Heath Ledger was going to be, I was like, the dude from the Knight's Tale one, where he was like the little gay guy, and he was humping a guy on a mountain. I don't want him as the Joker.
He's a fantastic Joker.
And then he gets in and it's just like, like, everybody's on this boat. This boat could blow up this boat could blow up this boat, so on and so forth. Like, that is everything was written to make him horrifying.
No, he embodied that role very well. Uh,
Terrible person.
you can tell he brought like his own. Probably he had his own personal Joker backstory to that might not have been technically in the movie, but is he used for the character.
Have you ever seen? They released it just recently. His journal that he kept.
No, I've not seen that.
His family released it about, I want to say, like a month ago, and there was pictures online from it. He was the Joker. He became the Joker. He did some things. Oh my God, dude! It was. You're going through reading it. He's got like these weird clippings and different things and like different clown pictures and then some of the pictures in there included like him doing his because he did his own makeup. He didn't. Nobody else. There wasn't like a makeup team. He showed up, and if you ever watched them, little things. If you ever watched a movie, look at his hands. There's makeup all over it. He literally would just smear it on himself, and that was it. And he wanted it to look like he did it. That was the point behind it. And God, did that add to that movie?
Like, I asked the question though. Like, there's no doubt that he did a phenomenal job in that role. But do you think had he not died before the movie came out, do you think it would have been as good?
Oh yes, because I at least for me, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, obviously, but for me, you know, when he passed away, it was a shame. It was a shame when any of those people pass away. You know, Chris Farley, Heath Ledger, these people that were like iconic. You know, they were good people, just caught up in bad situations usually. But when you watch that, when I see a movie, I don't see the actor. I see the character. If you're a good actor,
yes,
I don't see you. I remember a really good actor, and I can't think of his name. Son of a bitch. If I'm correct, it was the same guy who played Tommy's father in Tommy Boy.
Brian Dennehy.
Thank you. Years back, he did like a TV movie where he played Gacy.
Okay.
My mother could not watch him after that. He is a fantastic actor. He played Gacy with the clown and the whole thing. After that, my mother could not deal with seeing him in a movie because all she could see was Gacy. Like that's how much when an actor embodies that character, really becomes that character. I don't think that affects. Yeah, it affects the movie because I'm sure they were talking. Of course, they were talking about it after he played this amazing Joker. Oh, he did. Let me go check it out. I'm sure it had the effect, but I think once the people who even just went in to see the movie because of that fact saw that movie, I think they were still kind of on board with like, oh, I'm glad I heard about this because Jesus.
Yeah. Besides Heath Ledger as Joker, which was phenomenal, what else do you like about Dark Knight?
I just like you know what, I kind of like the series that particular series as a whole because I like the fact that
well, they did the gritty thing, which worked for that series.
Yeah,
not every movie has to be that. We've said this before.
Logan did a good job of it though too. I will say that I rather enjoyed Logan. I thought the story could have been a little more.
You can do it right, but just to make it.
Hearing Professor X be like "fuck you," that was just great. Like yeah, you knew he was gonna
All right.
But no, Batman and that series in general, that movie in general, I liked because the way the story unfolded, the way they portrayed every portion of it, the way they played out Two-Face, the way they, the different things that they did made it what it was. I still would have liked to see Harley Quinn in that one. I would have liked to see. This is my thing. I would like to see Harley Quinn having been done in that form of DC, that grittier more than that
kooky pixie dream girl that she
No. She was that was the attitude was right. The actress was right. The outfit pissed me off, and I don't think she had quite the maniacal. She wasn't as evil as I think she could have been, and she wasn't as. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I didn't care for anything that had to do with Suicide Squad. I mean, outside of the Joker and Harley Quinn, it's like, and here's this list of characters nobody gives a damn
Will Smith
about.
is a guy. Actually, going with the movie from 1984.
I'm going 2.
What?
I was 2.
Yes, I was 1. I'm going to turn it all the way up to 11 for this one to deal with. This is Spinal Tap, one of my all-time favorite movies. Probably the king of the mockumentary style.
I'm about to say, you're doing a movie on a fake movie.
They're good. They're fantastic. One of the best ones yet. One of the stars, Christopher Guest, who played Nigel Tufnell in the film, actually went on years later and him and Eugene Levy, who you know is the dorky dad from American Pie, they've got a whole slew of mockumentary style movies. Waiting for Guffman, A Mighty Wind, Best in Show. But I don't think they're all good movies, but I don't think any of them are quite as good as this is Spinal Tap. Like I said, actually the reason I want to pick this one above all else is they are. First off, those guys are absolutely talented because that is not a scripted movie. It's basically all they had like a base idea of what they want to do each scene, but they all improvised.
Yeah.
But all the music in there is them playing. Christopher Guest, Harry Shearer, and Michael McKean. All them playing guitars, all them making that music, all singing.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised by that fact.
And they have actually released several albums since then. They had original soundcheck album that came out alongside the movie. They did one with like the Break Like the Wind tour a few years later. They came out with like a remastered version of the Spinal Tap soundtrack with some newer sounds on it. But next month, actually, Harry Shearer, playing in character as Derek Smalls, is going to be releasing an album, and he's got a fair amount of outside talent coming in on this one. Some guys like Steve I. Probably could have looked it up beforehand, but yeah, it's coming out.
Proving yet again that if you really, truly want to make money in this world, act retarded and fake it, and you will make money. If you don't believe me, and this goes back to the Tropic Thunder we were watching earlier, look at Ben Stiller.
Like I said, fantastic movie. A lot of great characters.
Semen-coated loser.
A lot of great characters in there. Besides just the initial three, they had actually very early appearance of Dana Carvey. He played a mime alongside Billy Crystal at a party. Fran Drescher was in there. Like I said, fantastic movie. There's so many great lines in there too.
They brought a lot of SNL people in on that, didn't they? Back in the day.
Yeah, probably a lot. Well, I think a lot of those guys were from SNL.
I was gonna say it was probably like kind of backgrounded by SNL because SNL had a lot of to do and a lot of them weird movies back in the day.
Oh yeah, definitely. But so many great lines of that. I think Turn It Up to 11 is probably the best, most well known. But there's so many other stuff, and the delivery is just perfect. The fact that they, like I said, it's an ad lib movie, but they nail it so many times, and just so many fun situations. I gotta say, the later movies, Best in Show, which deals with dog shows. Waiting for Guffman, which is like local theater.
I actually saw Best in Show.
It's good.
Like, this is so stupid.
It's
I
stupid.
love it.
It's funny.
And so you're watching it, just like this angers me, and I can't stop looking at it.
I think what makes Spinal Tap better than those ones is that everyone gets the concept of those like late 70s, early 80s rock stars.
Hairbands, yeah.
These guys that just whatever they want, someone will give it to them because
they were rock stars.
Exactly. The local community theater, the dog show scene, the folk music groups. Probably not many people, like, you can watch it and laugh at those things, but you can see these guys doing this stuff and be like, that's funny because probably stupid rock stars do that.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny because, they do.
And from what I've heard, rock stars watching that, it's a whole different experience because they'll be like, that fucking happened! That's not funny. That's a thing.
That does happen. I do get blowjobs. Oh, Jesus.
And we used to joke about how no one ever remembers the bass player. You okay there? No one ever remembers the bass player in the band, and the drummer always dies. And sure enough, the drummers die in Spinal Tap like crazy. So, very, very good movie. If you've never seen it.
Why do the drummers always die?
Because they always die, like in real life.
I know, why? I want an answer to this question.
And how many bass players do you know excluding...
I don't know. I know Flea.
Flea is the only one.
No, Flea. And I can't remember his name, but the guy that was in... I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but I used to know his name. Fieldley from Korn.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got.
Sting, Gene Simmons from Kiss, both bass players, but they're not known for playing that bass. They're known for being Sting and Gene Simmons from Kiss, No one remembers the bass player.
Son of a bitch. Wait, I didn't know Gene Simmons was a bass player. Holy crap, wow.
I mean, there's 4 Beatles. We know Ringo played the drums, but what the fuck the other guys do?
Wait, there's 4 Beatles?
Yes, there's 4. Maybe 5. Some people argue.
Wait, I thought there was 3.
No, we're down to 2. It's Ringo and Paul McCartney looking at each other like one of us going first. How much would it suck if Ringo's the last one live? Like, yep, that's just me, guys.
Somebody kill Yoko.
Live from Shining Time Station, motherfuckers. By the way, we're not putting up like any clips of the movies or anything because there's all sorts of
legal.
copyright
stuff. It's all
stuff.
legal. That's all it is.
Plus, we don't want to spend the extra effort doing that. So if
I think that's actually like a lot of work.
we'll put up the title maybe down here.
Yeah, this movie here.
But besides that, if you want to look at it, go find it. New movies. For this one, we went so new they're not even out yet. We're going to talk about movies that are being made.
So they're so new I didn't even pull it out yet.
So, would you like to go first, or shall I?
I'll go first. I'm going first. You
Go
don't have
first.
a choice on it.
Get out there.
I am doing
Get you some of that.
Deadpool 2. The
Deadpool
repooling.
Captain Deadpool?
No, just
Just
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Shut up, you moose knuckle. There you go, a blowjob. Why do you make me make this drink? No, I would love a blowjob. Oh, me too. No, to drink, you moose knuckle. Here you go.
Happy International Women's Day. Don't like. The first one, funny.
Unbelievably amazing. You know what? You know what I laugh at most, besides the fact that Ryan Reynolds is absolutely my hero.
They finally got to do that movie right.
That they got to do the movie right, but more importantly, Ryan Reynolds pushed hard. Because most people don't understand, Ryan Reynolds put money into this. Ryan Reynolds did everything he could to make that movie. He wanted that movie made right. The fact that they brought in T.J. Miller as the director, I thought was good because he used his head. But what I think was amazing about that is all they did was, you can't make an R-rated Marvel. You out of your fucking mind? We'll lose our asses. We'll never have anybody show up. Made more money than everybody. Matter of fact, if you look at the next movie down in actual profit, you're gonna be looking way down. You're on top of that graph, going, it's down there somewhere.
They look like ants from up here.
I mean, it was bad, and I remember because Ryan Reynolds was like, "Hey,
Actually, I had to make disclaimers. Not a kids' movie.
Oh, I remember
isn't our movie.
when we went. It was me, Matt, and Tony that went and saw that. And when we went and saw that, I kid you not, we walk in and there were signs with Deadpool's face waving, and it was Deadpool is not a kids' movie. And that when I just immediately looked at Matt, it was like, this is the happiest day of my life. And then the scene on the bridge. Done. I laughed so hard because everybody fears the T-Rex, and we lost it. And then he kicks him in the face, breaks it. You ever hear about the one-legged man in the ass-kicking contest? Oh my god!
So for Deadpool 2, all they really have to do is just more of that, I think. My movie is so new it's not even out yet. Is Ready Player One. And the only reason I picked this is because I read the book, and the book is phenomenal. The book is all things nerd and
Isn't
geek and
that the
pop
one
culture.
that's coming out where, like, basically they get into, like, a virtual world and they have to... Okay, yeah, I was looking
First
at that.
off,
It looks good.
Steven Spielberg's at the helm of this one, so...
So you already know it's good. Just give him the Oscar and let's get rolling. Why are we wasting time here?
Basically, the idea of the story is in this dystopian future where things are kind of shit, there is an online world called the Oasis that pretty much everyone floats into.
Microsoft makes it.
Think of it as like maybe Second Life or World of Warcraft, but it encompasses everything. Like kids actually go to school in the Oasis because it's easier than actually trying to get them to an actual school.
What do you think the yearly cost on that is? What kind of internet speeds would you need for that?
So this one.
These are things I need addressed.
So
you read the books, start talking.
They don't actually get into that much detail in it, but the guy actually ends up making a ton of money in there through sponsorship and stuff. So. Sponsors.
Hey, Microsoft, we love you.
Waiting for that box. In this dystopian future where everyone lives in this pretty much this virtual world, one of the creators of the world dies, and he finds out that this is like a guy who's like somewhere on the spectrum. By the way, like he's put his life into this world, and he set up a contest. You have to find 3 keys, and if you are the first one to find them all, basically you win the world. You will be in charge of everything, which is going to be a significant lifestyle change for pretty much anybody. So this kid goes about locating them. At the same time, he's being faced off.
Whatever happened to Second Life?
I don't know.
I just thought about that. That was a big deal for a long. You had mentioned it before, and there was a huge deal. People were buying and selling things in it and doing all kinds of craziness, and then like a fart in the wind, it disappeared.
Well, at the same time that he's trying to find this, there's another big evil company. I forget the name of it, but just imagine it's EA.
Apple?
EA and Apple. They
Either
converge.
one, yeah.
They are putting all
E-Apple.
they're putting all their resources into finding this because if they win this world, they can charge whatever they want for it.
Oh, it's got to be Apple. Oh my God, or EA, either one.
Like I said, it's gonna be
It's yeah.
E-Apple.
E equals MC Apple. There you go.
To give you such an idea of just the amount of nerd in this book, the first challenge that he wins is to find the first key. Basically,
He has to be Pac-Man.
he finds a dungeon that is an exact replica of an old TSR Dungeons and Dragons module. That uses, I guess, send these things out is basically how to run a campaign. So he finds this one. It takes him all through this dungeon, so he knows where all the traps are. And he gets to the end, and there's a lich, which is like a big undead bad guy. And he has to beat the lich, not through battle, but he has to best him in a game of Joust. Do you remember Joust? Our old arcade game where you're on these like ostrich things, and there's platforms.
It was the weirdest game ever made.
He has to best this thing at Joust. And that's how he wins the first. Like I said, it's a celebration of all things pop culture and everything.
See, now I want to see this movie, just out of curiosity.
Even if you... The book is amazing because there's so much in there. I'd like to see how they do it in the movie. The fact that, like I said, Steven Spielberg's at the helm, that he can probably has all these old properties in. I think pretty sure the guy's driving a DeLorean at some point in this thing. So,
Oh, God, that'd be so cool.
So yeah, definitely.
The previews, if it's the because it was the previews I've seen of that movie, it looks just it literally looks like everything nerd.
Let's go with something borrowed. And how did we do this one? Well, Bill and I each loaned each other a movie to watch.
That I didn't barely watch at all. It was so bad.
It was a fantastic.
It was fucking terrible.
Bill was given a documentary.
If that's what you want to. That's what that was.
It's a true to life documentary. I love that movie just because it proves that a good
digital abortion.
Good story can a good real story can be just as good as any movie. But
it wasn't bad. It was just. I'm not. I like certain documentaries. I don't like others. I'm not gonna sit here and be like I don't like documentaries. But it wasn't my cup of tea. It was interesting to see how these guys, especially the one guy, I can't remember his name.
Well, I don't know.
Basically, what these guys were trying to do was two guys, and they were trying to make a movie.
It's called American Movies.
American movie, yeah. They were trying to make like a C-rate horror film.
I'd maybe
D-rate.
Trapped to the second half of the alphabet.
Yeah.
This is in the Q territory.
Yeah, QR somewhere in there. But, I mean, they're trying to make like this 2-bit movie, like horror movie, and it basically turns into they don't have funding, so they're trying to find funding kind of thing, and
the
actors and
main
stuff.
star is Mark Borchardt, I believe his name's something like that. He's trying to make his movie called Northwestern, which is supposed to be his coup de grace, I guess you want to call it. He puts a lot of time and effort into this one, but the thing is, he doesn't have the funding for this. So his idea is finish filming this other movie he started years earlier called Coven.
Coven, that was the name of it, right?
But spelled Coven or something.
Yeah, Coven.
With the umlauts.
Yeah. Why do you know all these?
Because one of the guys said it in the movie. But yeah, he recruits a bunch of friends and family and
everything.
Local,
yeah,
just trying. It's in some ways, I'd say, an inspiring movie because the dude followed his dream.
Yeah, I know it was a good concept as a movie. It was just I don't know. For me, personally, sheer personal, it was not an entertaining movie to me. But I do like the fact that it was it was Kevin Smithian in the fact that this guy went balls out trying to get this movie made and succeeded. Mm-hmm. You know, hey, ended up on Family Guy. That's got to be something.
Yes, that's the reason. One of the reasons I gave him. If you watch, I believe it's season 4 of Family Guy. There's an episode where
Is it that far back?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
There's an episode where Meg becomes a lesbian just to hang out with, just to have friends, pretty much.
Oh, that episode.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember the guys, but I remember that episode.
Well, at some point, Meg's mom, Lois, says, "Oh, if you're a lesbian, kiss her." And Meg, like, "No, that's not how you do it." And Meg gives
and tongues are down, yeah.
Well, then at which point, Chris and then Quagmire come out of the closet about because they were recording it.
Yeah.
Later on, Meg goes to confront this other girl, this lesbian, to tell them that she's not really a lesbian, and drop the whole charade. And after she leaves, here comes Quagmire out of the closet again to say, that's just horrible, whatever. It asks 2 other guys, "What do you think, Mark?" And then Mark, from this movie, and his friend Mike, who is drunk himself, retarded, there's no other way to say it, they come out of the closet and they start giving their opinion. It's just like what they're saying in this film.
That's kind of cool. I never knew that's who those guys were, but
yeah,
wow, okay.
When I first saw that years ago, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" The movie you gave me is Book of Eli, And I don't think you can really discuss this one too much without getting into spoilers about it. So spoiler alert. Maybe skip it.
It's like a 10-year-old movie. It's, if you ain't seen it, spoiler alert.
You might want to skip the next part of this episode or just the rest of it. You can't get the time you spent watching it back, but you can still save yourself. But anyway, basically another post-apocalyptic world. Denzel Washington is making his way across the country, making his way west with a book they believe is very special. It is a very special book. It's the last remaining Bible.
Christian Bible.
Mm-hmm. Basically, he's making his way west because he believes there's someone out there who's going to use the book for good. Along the way, he meets the villain, played by Gary Oldman.
Who's a fantastic actor.
Any movie he's in. He, like we were saying earlier about...
The Fifth Element.
Dark Knight series.
Dark Knight.
Pretty much he's a well-known actor, but pretty much any movie he's in, he slips into that character.
And to the point, he's been characters in movies, and someone will say, "Oh, that's him." No, and I'll have to think about it because I'm not good names to faces. He'll say that's him, be like, "Okay," and he'll be like, "No, he played this." It's not the same guy.
Most recently, he's in Darkest Hour playing Winston Churchill. Have you ever seen the picture? He
looks amazing.
He's got he does a lot of the same thing in every movie. Well, he'd be this cool, calm, collected guy.
I love him in The
Fifth
Element.
But then he gets at one point where he gets angry and just
explodes. Yep.
Pretty much every movie. He's good at it. It works. Gary Oldman's character is looking for this book because he wants to use it for evil. His idea is that he has a Bible.
Wait, so he represents the Catholic Church. Got it. Go ahead.
He's saying basically if he has this book, he can read it to these simple-minded fools, and he won't be in charge of this just town he's got. He can be in charge of the country, the world. So I liked that element of it that kind of expressed the
you
duality.
Definitely clarify that one. I like that aspect of it.
They express the duality of religion that can be used for good or bad. That being
said, no, it can be used for just bad. There's no good.
That being said, though, the Denzel Washington has such plot armor in this movie. Like, literally, he gets shot with a gun and keeps walking. What it comes down to is basically he does have...
You do realize that in the movie he's supposed to be, like, God's apostle. Like, that's the concept behind it.
I think it could have been better without that. Like, he has...
I think it could have been better without the Bible. What if it was a Deadpool comic and he was just trying to get it to the other end? Like, something, anything. I didn't like the Bible aspect. I liked the kind of that concept, and I love movies that have that. The only way to put it, because like a spiritual, biblical, however you want to put it, kind of backing where it's just like there's this higher power that's protecting somebody. You don't see it, you don't hear it, you don't know it, but it's there.
Well, any movie with, like, in this one where he's got divine protection, or any movie where there's a prophecy, like the chosen ones, like, that takes away so much suspense because it's the guy that's supposed to do it. Why the fuck wouldn't he do it?
Well, actually, you know what's ironic about that movie? And it's funny, for anybody that ever watches it, check your special features. There's a deleted ending, which they call the original ending. And then the original ending, he dies. He dies at the end of it, and he's gone. The Bible's destroyed. Mila Kunis actually takes on his...
Underrated actress, I'd say.
Very much so. Underrated, beautiful, talented.
Do you know how she got on That 70s Show? Lied about her age.
That'll work.
They asked her, like, they were looking for a specific age range, and they go, how old are you going to be? She's like, I'm going to be, like, 16 or so. And yeah, she's going to be. Not anytime soon, but she was like...
Yeah, because she was like, what?
14.
14, yeah, I would say 13 or 14 when she stared at you. Anyway, yeah, so...
Pretty smart. Pretty crafty.
That makes all that masturbation watching that show a little weird now.
What season is this? All right.
That's safe. Anyways, so basically, her character takes on the mantle of bringing this, and she actually transported. Now, I think that should have been the end they went with, because that to me would have been the more suspenseful. Like, well, he's dead. What happens now? Wait.
Well, like I was saying, the fact that he does have a divine protection and acknowledges that there is something watching over him, I think it kind of takes away from it. Had it been just him trying to get this book across the country, someone's going to try to use it for good, someone's going to try to use it for bad, but either way, it can go either way. Don't acknowledge that there is a technical right version of this, that there is a divine thing saying you got to get it here to be used for good. I mean,
isn't that in all movies, though? How many movies can you think of that you can't sit there and go, okay, he's going to happen, this going to happen? Watch, see? Because it's poor writing is what it is.
The action sequences in this movie, though, were pretty phenomenal.
My favorite scene in the entire movie is still when he's sitting there. He's like, "You touch me with that hand again, you ain't getting it back." It's just like, if somebody says that to you, Just go ahead, don't touch them. That's my
They
general
could be
thing.
bluffing, but what the fuck?
I mean, you're rolling some dice. This is a post-apocalyptic world. You don't know what this person can do. Just saying. You ain't getting that back. He touched him.
It's
Guess what?
very
Didn't get it back.
dangerous to be outside of the town, and he just came in from outside the town. Don't fuck with him.
He made it from God knows where to here. Let's let him be.
Should we move on to our last category? Something blue. And for this one, it's kind of open to interpretation. Blue could have meant sad. Blue could have meant naughty. Blue could have meant blue in the title. Blue could have meant was colored blue.
I got nothing.
Do I need to give you a blue?
No, I think I got a blue. Go.
You can do deep blue sea.
No. I honestly, if you want to go for, I mean, I guess technically it's for me. Technically, it's blue, but the thing is it's not. It's not a movie.
Okay.
Okay, it's kind of like a subgenre of movies themselves, and that's the movies where you have the hero, you have the this person that's supposed to be fighting this or doing this person has a quest, a goal, and in that quest and goal, they don't make it.
Okay.
You know, it's that sad movie where they're supposed to get to the end, and it just doesn't happen. Somebody else maybe takes on the mantle. Good example, Saving Private Ryan. These guys were supposed to save this guy, and they did, but yet, who did they lose in the process? When you have actually Private Ryan at the end as an old man going, you know, did I live my life like I was supposed to? Like, these movies, those are the ones I think are the most...
You want to say it depressing. Blue depressing.
Not necessarily... More blue isn't sad, yeah. But to me, it's like... I like those movies the best because I like a movie that brings a little emotion to you.
Have you ever seen, I believe it's called The Long Road or something. It's got Viggo Mortensen in it. Basically, him and his son. It's another like post-apocalyptic movie. Mm-hmm. But I gotta say, that one and also Book of Eli, they don't exactly tell you what happened, which you don't need to. Movies.
Those are the best. I love that. I love when
this is a situation.
This is the
here,
end. Well, what
now.
happened? Don't worry about it.
This is a situation here now. Watch them deal with it. Don't worry about how they got here. But basically, it's him and his kid trying to live in this world. They think that if they get to the coast, they'll be fine. And it's just so depressing because it's just so shitty, all of it.
Oh yeah.
For my blue, I went blue, naughty, dirty, humorous. Movie 43. It's
that got such bad reviews.
Well, that's what I'm gonna get to.
That people literally who are involved in that movie will lie and say they weren't.
I can see it. It's a gross. It's basically a whole bunch of Seth MacFarlane shorts.
I was gonna say
action.
it's a Family Guy episode compressed.
And he is in it. He actually does make an appearance in there. But basically, they got
when Hugh Jackman had the balls on his chin. What else do you need?
Such a diverse cast of like well-known people, like Hugh Jackman and
powerful actors with goofy roles.
Basically, they got all these people by pestering them to no end until they agreed to get in it. Like working totally around, like, I'm busy that week. Oh, what day are you free? I'm able to...
We're gonna put balls in your chin. Will you leave me alone after I'm done with it?
But yeah, let's go through some of the. There's the first one where Kate Winslet, I believe it was, goes on a blind date with Hugh Jackman, who plays this like playboy, really famous guy, always seen with a scarf around his neck whenever pictures. Well, they get out to dinner, he takes his scarf off because he has balls on his neck. And
it's balls. It's a set of good ones.
And they do some fun stuff with it. Like at one point, it's kind of cold in here, and they're tiny. And the waiter knocks into all the pain of getting hit in the nuts, but it's in your throat. Man, it's a funny fucking movie if you're into that kind of humor.
I mean, it's funny, but it's
one of my favorite lines in there. There's one scene. What's his name? Johnny Knoxville and Stifler from American Pie movies. It's one of their birthday. He gets them. A leprechaun played by 300 guy. What's his name? Jared, whatever. I forget.
Gerard Butler?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew one he didn't. Some bitch.
He plays like foul-mouthed leprechaun, and eventually...
Yeah, I remember that one. It was good,
They get in a big fight, and eventually they get their pot of gold coins for the leprechaun. And he's like, okay, I got one more gift for you. And takes upstairs, and there's a fairy sitting on the bed. He's like, what do? I give blowjobs for gold coins. It's such a goofy joke at the end of this long...
And the fact that Gerard Butler playing that leprechaun was so funny because he's just cussing him out.
It's all the stupid stuff about it is, like Bill said, absolutely panned by critics for being...
Oh, terrible.
This stupid movie, but...
If you look at it at face value, It is a god awful movie. It is just terrible. If you watch each individual piece as it is as a piece, it is hysterical.
Halle Berry and the other guy getting this series of bets. And like she gets these enormous fake boobs that she's like dipping them in guacamole. He's got to go fight a biker for something.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
He has to get read to by Snooki from the Jersey Shore.
Which, let's face it, that's probably the worst bet you could ever have.
But like I said, is panned by critics for being so stupid. But at the same time, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. They're not making another Magnolia movie. They're making a stupid comedy. How are you going to hate something for exemplifying exactly what it's supposed to be? Just give you some of the people in this movie. Like I said, Hugh Jackman, Kate Winslet, Emma Stone, Halle Berry, Elizabeth Banks, Naomi Watts, Richard Gere, Gerard Butler, Chloe Grace Moretz, Anna Faris, Uma Thurman, Chris Pratt, Liev Schreiber, Kristen Bell, Stephen Merchant, Sean William Scott, Justin Long, Johnny Knoxville, Terrence Howard, Kate Bosworth, Josh Duhamel, Jason Sudeikis. The list goes on and on. A ton of big name people that they got to make this stupid movie.
It was an impressive movie to actually see front to back, just because.
And to see all these people in just the stupidest skits that were immensely funny.
Yes, they were. So I think that
wraps it up.
That wraps it up there.
We're done here.
I think that was a pretty good episode. We actually covered a lot. I'm proud. So we will see y'all next week, or I guess technically this week.
Sometime.
We're doing another one this Saturday, right?
We can, if we figure out something we want to do.
We'll figure something out.
I think we might need.
Well, what we need to do.
We might need to pay our guest star salary for that day.
Yeah.
To get him to call off.
Yeah, right. Especially because we play with his boss every night, so we wouldn't even be able to be like, "What did he call off for?"
We can't talk about it.
Watch next week's episode. Son of a bitch. No, we will have a guest star on here soon for a multiplayer episode. We will be doing a Dirty Song episode. We will be doing a
8-bit. Should we talk about?
We might do a little 8-bit episode. And then I think I definitely want to do a greatest hits episode.
Of our greatest hits?
Yeah, a kind of a touch on some of the things we've discussed in the past, the things we love, little clippets and snippets of things. So we'll be waiting for that. It'll be kind of a little anniversary episode going on, what? We're going on almost a year doing this crap.
In July. We've got a few months.
Yeah, but we'll build up to that. In between, we'll add in some other stuff.
At some point, we're going to have to come up with something good enough to be in there.
Yeah, that's true. What's your greatest hit episode? Was it just one thing?
The cat video was pretty good.
The cat one was fun. So, and hopefully with donations from anybody who might have a lot of money.
Somebody
who might have a lot of money. We may eventually get our new camera and mic. We'll see.
New camera and Matt.
Mike. Not Matt.
Okay.
Hi, Matt. Love you, Matt.
Some bitch almost made it through.
We see now the best part is because he's got to watch it to the end. You make sure you leave that in. Don't edit it out. Matt. This is why we only have 20 subscribers. This is it right here. This moment encompasses the reason why half the people that subscribe to us are either family or us. I could just start building a ton of accounts and just start friending myself. Go friend yourself. Already have. What's next? Is that it? We're done?
I think we're done.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
So long.
Have a good one.
Get back to these chips.
Ooh. Woo! Piece of candy.
But to just give you an idea of just how much nerd is in this book, the first challenge that he wins. Are you done?